Welcome to day 206 of 66 and 26. Today's Psalms 95 to 99 are relatively short Psalms, but they are majestic and historically significant Psalms. As an example, Psalm 95, from the very early days of the Christian church, has been used as part of worship in what is known as the Venite. Venite means, "O come," which is the first words of the psalm. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. It's today part of our Matins service in the Lutheran service book. And these words would be familiar as you sing them in worship if you're familiar with our traditional worship. Psalm 96, the next psalm that we're reading today, "Sing to the Lord a new song, sing to the Lord all the earth." This entire psalm, Psalm 96, is picked up by the writer of Chronicles in 1 Chronicles 16 when he is describing the entry of the Ark of the Covenant into the city of Jerusalem. And I love the way that Derek Kidner says this in his classic commentary on the book of Psalms. He says, "The symbolism of the march in which God crowned his victories by planting his throne in the enemy's former citadel is matched by the theme of the psalm." And you almost get this feel of marching forward and a repeated words and phrases that build up an excitement of the glory of the Lord entering into his proper dwelling place. It's just a beautiful way of describing that by Derek Kidner. Then Psalm 98, another psalm, "Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things," very similar to Psalm 95, which is known as Venite. This one is known as Cantate Domino, which means sing to the Lord. And this has been a very traditional song as well in the liturgy of the historic Christian church. In traditional worship in the book of prayer, Book of Common Prayer, this is a psalm that is used between the Old Testament reading and the New Testament reading as a praise to the Lord for the fulfillment that he's brought from the Old Testament into the New Testament in Christ. And then finally in Psalm 99, again, I just love the way that Derek Kidner says this. In this group of psalms on the kingship and advent of the Lord, the mood alternates between high festivity and a chastened awe. For God is all that stirs us and all that shames us. In other words, we recognize as we look at the glory and majesty of the Lord just how far we fall short, and that chastens and shames us so that we are welcome and open into the gospel message of God's love for us in Jesus Christ. And here in Psalm 99, he says, after the carefree delight of Psalm 98, we recollect how exalted and holy God is and how profound is the reverence we owe him. And that is the beauty of the Psalms that we're reading today. It calls on us to really sing and recognize the majesty, the glory of the Lord, and how undeserving we are that he would be called our God and he would gladly call us his people.